Once upon a time, in the rolling valleys of California, there lived a woman named Elisa Allen. She was a hardworking farmer's wife, tending to her small patch of land with care. But while her hands were always busy, her heart longed for something more. Elisa had a special gift, a love for chrysanthemums, those golden yellow flowers that danced in the wind. She nurtured them with devotion, watching them bloom like tiny suns in her garden. But despite their beauty, she often felt invisible, as if her dreams were trapped in the soil, never able to grow beyond the fences of her farm. One crisp afternoon, as she was trimming her flowers, she heard the sound of a wagon approaching. A man with a weathered face, dressed in dusty clothes, rode up to her fence. He was a traveling tinker, a man who roamed from town to town, fixing pots and sharpening knives for a living. With a charming smile, he tipped his hat. "Afternoon, ma'am. I fix things. Pots, scissors, anything that needs mending." Elisa shook her head. "Nothing needs fixing," she said. But the tinker didn't leave. He glanced at her chrysanthemums, his eyes lighting up. "Now those," he said, pointing at the flowers, "those are some fine blooms. Never seen chrysanthemums like that before." Elisa's face glowed with pride. No one had ever admired her flowers like this before. She knelt beside them, speaking with passion, explaining how to care for them, how to help them thrive. The tinker nodded thoughtfully. "I know a woman down the road who would love flowers like these. Maybe you could spare some seeds." Elisa's heart fluttered. For the first time, she felt noticed. Maybe her flowers, her love, her passion could travel beyond this small farm, beyond the fences, into the world. She carefully wrapped a bundle of chrysanthemums in damp paper and handed them to the man. "Give these to her," she said softly. The tinker took them with a grateful smile, then added, "Maybe you got an old pot that needs mending after all." And in that moment, something inside Elisa wavered. She didn't need anything fixed, but she wanted to keep him there just a little longer. She handed him a pot, paid him, and watched as he rode away, disappearing into the golden horizon. Later that evening, as she and her husband drove to town, Elisa looked out at the dusty road. And there, among the weeds and dirt, she saw something that made her heart stop. Her chrysanthemums, the ones she had carefully wrapped, the ones she had given with so much hope, had been thrown onto the roadside, abandoned. The flowers lay crushed and forgotten, while the paper bundle remained untouched. The woman the tinker had spoken of had never existed. It had all been a lie. A deep sadness washed over Elisa, not just because the flowers had been discarded, but because she had believed. She had dared to dream, dared to hope, and now she knew better. As she turned away from the window, she quietly whispered, "It's nothing." But deep inside, she felt something in her heart wilt, just like the flowers on the road. The Chrysanthemums is a story about longing, hope, and the small moments that make us feel alive. Elisa wasn't just growing flowers, she was growing dreams. But life isn't always kind to dreams, especially those of the quiet, unseen hearts. Yet, the story also teaches us this. Even if our hopes are cast aside, the beauty of feeling alive, even for a moment, is worth it. Cherish the small things, a kind word, a fleeting smile, the joy of something as simple as a flower blooming in the sunlight. Because in the end, life isn't measured by grand successes, but by the moments that make our hearts beat just a little faster. Did this story touch your heart? Drop a red heart in the comments. Like, subscribe, and share for more inspiring tales. Turn on notifications so you never miss a story that stays with you.